Hey guys, Scourge Plus back to more to your days, and we are here with the second part of Tectonic Blades, my Pokemon Omega Ruby Wedlocke, my first ever completed Wedlocke, and in my opinion, one of the hardest 3DS games. Because what? Aren't the only 3DS games the Black 2, White 2, and then X, Omega Ruby, Sun, Ultra Sun? Is that it? Because if that is, yeah, I think it's up there. I think Sun is easier than this. No, I don't know. Sun, no, ultrasound's definitely. Anyway, maybe I'll do a sun one day and we'll find out. But we are here at chapter 6, back down to earth. If you don't know what's happened up to this point, you need to rewatch the other or watch the other video for the first time because I'm not going to spend much time recapping because we need to get through this. This is probably going to be a 30 to 40-minute video. I'm assuming. Unless I get through this quickly, we'll see though. But here we are, chapter 6, down to earth. We're back down to earth. I take a small break, just like in this video. I stopped playing the game for, I think, 3 days. I've lost 2 Pokemon per gym badge on average. And this is after 5 gyms, so I've lost 10 total Pokemon. I'm not a pro, but I'm better than this. This playthrough took 18 days total, and I took a 2-day break before continuing. Okay, I thought it was 3, it was 2. Which, this is probably right, because I wrote this very recently after I beat the game. I have a few bosses to deal with. Another rival fight, Courtney, Tabitha, and of course Winona from this chapter. I have no Pokemon strong to flying, by the way. For now, I catch an Electrike and a Tropius, both of which are never used, despite the fact that Electrike is actually good for this gym. I've never used an Electrike, and I don't know if I ever will. It's not. I'm the only Switch game it's on is a Sword, so Sword and Shield, and it's just not very good there. You already catch the Emperor, so anyway, I think this is getting off track. Route 119 has rain, so when you pair that with a Seeking, you get a tough battle. After that long break I took, I end up in the same spot. Nail can't take any big hits, so I have to sacrifice her partner Swablu. Once again, Nail has to kill the opponent in vengeance. That's now 11 deaths. This is just a random Seeking trainer that I had, and I think I had Nail in. But no, I had Swablu in, and I couldn't switch into Nail or Nail would just die. So I had to let Swablu die so Nail could come in and finish off Seeking. I mean, it's just that Nail is such a bad Pokemon that whenever we're in a spot where the other Pokemon can't take care of the job, that I can't switch into Nail either because she's so frail. So it just makes using her, even if B5 is actually a solid Pokemon, whenever it's not in the battle, you're severely weakened because you can never switch into it safely. But yeah, that's another death. That's 11 after 5 gyms. My options are limited. I could add Electrike, but I decide to think long term. The best Nuzlocke Pokemon in my box is Magikarp. Utopia of the Gyarados was amazing in my Violet Nuzlocke, which by the way, you should watch either the recap of the Nuzlocke that I have on this channel or the whole series of the Violet Nuzlocke, which I have on my other channel, Goldie Jr. But yeah, it was amazing in my Violet Nuzlocke, so let's run that back. I don't train Dumbbell yet, because I won't be using him and they'll in this gym battle. Instead, Drainer and Mill and Goggles and Bubble Wrap run through Courtney and Tabitha. For the rival battle, Goggles takes down the entire Fire Water Grass trio. Crobat is a necessity, man. I'm not really, technically it's not, but Crobat is really good in every Nuzlocke I've ever done with it. That leaves Winona. Time for another Goggle Wrap, which is Bubble and Goggles and Bubble Wrap duo. Goggle Wrap. Carry job. A couple of Rock Tombs has Bubble Wrap take out her Swallow. Goggles faints to Pelipper next, but Altaria is tough to deal with. Source Dance is enough to power Bubble Wrap over it though, but the Altaria has Cotton Guard. This could be bad, but not really because Bubble Wrap gets a crit anyway on the Gym 7. I was a little bit worried about this gym because this is different than the other gyms. If Bubble Wrap and Goggles die, it's over because Drainer can't beat a flying type. Mill can't beat a fighting type. Both of them are weak to flying. And then Nail is weak to flying, and my final Pokemon Dumbbell is still a Magikarp. And if he isn't a Magikarp, he's like a really low level Gyarados. But yeah, I mean, dude, Bubble Wrap and Goggles are so good. I can't exaggerate how good they were throughout this run. Chapter 7. Hot water. I start my journey to fight the twins by catching a Shuppet, another Pokemon I won't use. I still tell y'all anyway, just so y'all know my encounters. So maybe if anyone watched this and is like, oh, you should have used this encounter instead. I catch a Xatu in the Safari Zone, but my Route 122 encounters dupes, so it's worth it. Thanks to Maryland getting blindsided by the Rumble fighting Lily Cove, I was able to prepare, because I would have gotten blindsided too if I wasn't watching. Um, the rifle adds a swallow, but now with my power duo of Goggle Wrap, which, as I explained earlier, is more wrapping goggles, I don't really struggle at all. I think that's time to train Dumbbell up. After actually like 3 days of school and training, I get Dumbbell to level 37. Next up, Mount Pyre. At the top, I fight Corby. Camera is usually scary, but Dumbbell washes it right down the drain. Yeah, Dumbbell was a big addition to this team, but as you've heard me say, it took me around 2 to 3 at least, days to train up Dumbbell because I have school. Like, I have to go to school, and the only time we had time to train was after school, after football practice during this time, or like on the bus to school. So yeah, and because I was training up in the middle of the week. So yeah, that's like 2 days I spent literally not playing the game, and another 2 or 3 days I spent just training up Dumbbell. That means I pretty much did most of the running in 2 weeks. But time for page two. Just to add on, I caught Duskull in Mount Pyre. Back at Lily Cove, Maxie and Tabitha run underwater and make me fight some random grunts. Usually this is why I mention some really tragic death, but no, my team is pretty strong now. Now that I have a cat turn along with Macho, no duo is too weak. Nail is, but Dumbbell Morton makes up for it. It's time for the Team Magma Hideout. There aren't many tough fights, mostly just Mightyena, Golbat, and Numel. Same script as last time. Dumbbell takes out Courtney's camera up at the end of the hideout. As I make it to Moss Deep City, I search for a Whalmer. This is just furthering my path to C4 Cavern, where I'll face Maxie for the last time. But first, I need a plan for Tate and Liza. I really want to use Goggle Wrap again, but Goggles will die to Rock Slide from Soul Rock, and Bubble Wrap can't take the solar beam in the sun. Lunatone has Hypnosis, and someone will die if I get hit. I then look in Dumbbell and Nail. I then look at Dumbbell and Nail. A popular Nuzlocke strat is Protect baiting. I can make the Soul Rock use Rock Slides, which Dumbbell can eat after Intimidate. I go into the battle, and my first move is Surf and Protect. With this duo, Nail somehow never gets hit by Rock Slide thanks to Bright Power. It was risky, but after a couple of misses and double protects, my flawless strategy gets me one step closer to the Elite Four. Since only Soul Rock, I believe, had a Rock type move, what I was able to do is just use Protect on most turns. Sometimes I go for double protect. But not only did I get, I think, 2 misses of Rock Slide thanks to Bright Powder, but this Solrock wouldn't always go for Rock Slide. Sometimes they'd go for different moves, which wouldn't kill either of my Pokemon. I'm pretty sure Nail would have died to any Rock Slide. But it not only didn't go for them, it missed a few times, and seemed like they were much more interested in dealing with Gyarados anyway. I'm pretty sure I got lucky in this battle, but I wouldn't even have been mad if Nail died. Which is the main reason I chose the Bubble Nail. I'm pretty sure Bubble Wrap and Goggles could have beat this, but I'm not sure if they could have beat this without any casualties. If I had to choose between Goggles and Nail to die, you know I'd pick Nail. But Nail survived, so she moves on. Chapter 8. The Calm Before the Scalding Storm. After a whole lot of yapping, it's time to face against Maxie for the last time. But he's no match for Nailbell, which is Nail plus Dumbbell. Nail handles Mightyena, and Dumbbell takes care of Weezing, Crobat, and even Mega Camerupt. Yeah, Gyarados is still broken. After a bunch of evil team plot that no one cares about, I catch a Chinchou named Lamp that I never use. Also, I accidentally killed my Cave of Origin encounter, so let's move on. I Master Ball Groudon in that fight, even though looking back on it, Dumbbell could have handled it easily. Yeah, I could beat Groudon, but I just Master Balled it. I think the only thing I have to mention here is that the only useful thing about Nail is that it was good for doing with Mightyena. Mightyena is pretty common, and whenever I fought a opponent with just Mightyena, and I knew Mightyena was coming up, I could just switch into Nail, and then boom, that's some extra XP for her. I think that's pretty much it. This was a pretty boring page. Chapter 8, page 2. We can fly and stuff now. This will be important, but right now it isn't. All I catch is a Kritu named Heart and a Braviary named Axe. Neither will be relevant. I think I missed a ton of encounters in this run, but I doubt I ever used them anyway. The most difficult thing about Wallace, besides the battle, is the stupid gym puzzle. After I finally complete it, I decide to use Mill and Drainer, two Pokemon who rarely participate in major battles. But I trust them, and I'm already struggling. Love this has Draining Kiss. Draining the Cacturn wins but takes more damage than I'd like, and healing won't always help, especially when you take a lot of damage from one of his Pokemon. Milotic. Cacturn gets some damage off of Energy Ball, but one Ice Beam takes her out. Oops. Well, surely Mill can handle it. Never mind. Recovering Hydro Pump is too much. As a second death versus Wallace. I probably should have considered how good Milotic is. Like, I don't know why I thought these two could beat Milotic with Ice Beam. They always carry Ice Beam. I knew it carried Ice Beam. I mean, was there a better choice? I don't think Nail and Dumbbell are a better choice here. Maybe. I don't know. Without over leveling, especially. I don't think Dumbbell could have swept this whole team because Nail isn't beating Milotic. But I can't use Bubble Wrap or Goggles because of Ice Beam, so it has to be Dumbbell. And trust me, Recover was devastating. But somehow, some way, Bite flinches enough times for the win. I used Bite to beat this thing. You know that if I started with Dumbbell and Nail, they both died. There's just no way I could have beaten this whole battle starting out with Gyarados. Next up is Wish Cash. It doesn't stand a chance, and Dumbbell picks up another KO. In comes Celio, an Ice type, doesn't matter. Dumbbell wins again. His final Pokemon is another Seaking, but Dumbbell avenges Satellite without issue. Losing another duel sucks, but we have to move on. Time for the next chapter. Gyarados made it through the rest of the Pokemon pretty easily, but I'm pretty sure if I had to fight Milotic with Dumbbell first, then Dumbbell would have died, or I would have to sacrifice Nail and bring in Dumbbell, which even if we sacrificed Nail, I'm not sure Dumbbell could have gotten the win. Because, I mean, he already used some recovers dealing with Machoke. So if I had all of his recovers against Gyarados, I don't think I could have won. But we move on, with only 4.1 left. Chapter 9, Late Fate Encounters. Well, I might be cooked. My box is filled with both underleveled and just bad Pokemon. But Omega Ruby has both Mirage areas and Sea Mauville. I won't have to grind too long, and there are powerful Pokemon in the Mirage areas. I find Mirage Cave. After a few dupes, I find and catch Jackhammer, the female Excadrill. Another ground type, but they are really good. And Sea Mauville, I catch Chisel, the static Spiritomb, and stack and counter Spiritomb, and he pairs with Jackhammer really nicely. My Elite 14 is complete. Goggle Wrap, which is Goggles the Crobat and Bubble Wrap the Sandslash. Nail Bell, Nail the Beautyfly and Dumbbell the Gyarados, and Jackal. Jackhammer the Excadrill and Chisel the Spiritomb. I think this is a Elite 14 that if you were going in this with a regular Nuzlocke, you already won. I mean, I think the trio of Gyarados, Crobat, and friggin' Excadrill would be enough to beat the whole thing, but since you have to use two Pokemon for each battle, it makes it a lot harder. So I don't think this is a perfect team for Wedlocke, but a regular Nuzlocke, it'd be free. Chapter 9, page 2. On to Wally. It's time for Jackal's debut. Jackhammer wipes out Altaria, Delcatty, Roselia, and that intelligent Earthquake and Rocks. Wally's only dangerous Pokemon is Mega Gallade, but it can't even hit Chisel the Spiritomb. That's a flawless victory. Anyway, Elite Four time. I'm sorry to move past Wally so fast, but he's just not a challenge. Movesets change for every battle, but for now, here they are. Jackhammer has Brick Break, a double team Earthquake and Swords Dance. Chisel has Sucker Punch, Nasty Plot, Will O Wisp, and Dark Pulse. Bubble Wrap has Brick Break, Swords Dance, Earthquake, and X Scissor. Goggles has Steel Ring, Confuse Ray, Fry, and Cross Poison. Dumbbell has Earthquake, Dragon Dance, which I don't think I've used, Waterfall and Ice Beam, and last and least, Nail has Giga Drain, Air Cutter, Bug Buzz, and Psychic. On to the final battle. Chapter 10, One Last Strike. It's all or nothing now. It's time for Sydney. Nail finally gets her time to shine, killing three of the cliffs? I don't know. Three of the 5 dark types with Bug Buzz. His ace, Absol, is easy enough. Next is Phoebe. For her, I use the Jackal Duo. Chisel's Dark Pulse takes care of Dust Clutch and Bandit, while Jackhammer kills the Sableye, and the duo cleans up the second Bandit and Dust Moon. They have already proven themselves in their 2 battles so far. We're now halfway done with the Elite Four, but the toughest battles haven't even shown up yet. The first half of the Elite Four is crazy easy. I think there's a chance you lose a Pokemon to PB. You're just not going to lose anyone to Sydney. I don't know why they made him so easy. He's probably easier. He's not that probably. He's definitely easier than Wallace for sure. But let's move on to page 2. Glacia. I decided to use Jackal since the other 2 duos have at least one Pokemon weak to Ice. This duo of Excadrill and Spiritomb has neither Pokemon weak to Ice. Jackhammer kills with 2 Frostlass, while Chisel deals with the first Glalie. But this Wall Rain. Glacia heals, and I can't do enough damage quickly enough. I can only use 3 full restores, so I know either one of Jackhammer or Chisel is cooked. I did not expect this Wall Rain to be so nasty when Sheer Cold isn't relevant, but it didn't matter. Blizzards in the snow are not to be messed with. I can use one more Sucker Punch. Wall Rain survives and kills Chisel with Blizzard. I mean, it's just if you had to choose between Excadrill and Spiritomb, even with me already having another ground type, I'm just not gonna go with Chisel. So I let him go down. Jackhammer has to kill his Wall Rain with Surf and another Glalie. I don't know if Jackhammer's a god or what, but she claims revenge, finishing Wall Rain with Brick Break and killing Glalie not soon after. 3 members down and have 5 Pokemon left. I can't remember if the Brick Break on Wall Rain crit or not. I can't remember, but it did a lot more damage than I thought it would. Excadrill's a really nasty Pokemon. So I have to finish off just Drake and Steven with these final 5, and if I use Jackhammer, she can't switch out. Chapter 10, page 3. I'm cooked. There's no way any of my duos can beat Drake. Dumbo would have to carry Nail while beating 5 Dragon types, only with Special Ice Beam, which Gyarados is a physical attacker, or I could use Goggle Wrap, which can't beat Solomon, and I know it. I choose Nail Bell because I'd rather lose them than lose Goggle Wrap, my MVP duo. I literally made the choice, not based on who I thought would do better, but based on who I'd rather lose. That's how you know you don't have confidence in the battle. And by the way, between each of these gym battle, Elite Four battles, I'd actually spent a lot of time thinking of any way I could get away without death, since neither Charmin and Drake. There was just anyway. Let's see. Dumbbell kills his Altaria and Flygon with Ice Beam. Okay, so now I can at least get one attack off. Nope. Solomon's outspeeds and one-shots Dumbbell with Thunder Fang. Now I was expecting to get damage off. I was wrong. It just came in left. For some reason, my Gyarados all die to electric type moves. Another Gyarados killed right before the final battle. Nail, I'm sorry. Summons goes for Dragon Rush and misses. Oh, yeah. My Beautify has Bright Powder, raising the chance of my opponent's missing. With already, I think Dragon Rush having 75% accuracy, I think that moves it up to like 60. It's like really low. I hit Bug Buzz. Solomon's misses again. Bug Buzz crits. Solomon's down. Nail did it. Nail beat his 3rd Pokemon. Now, I don't care what happens on this next page, and you shouldn't care either. The fact that my Beautyfly beat a Solomon's, thanks to Bright Powder, and I've been hating on this Beautyfly this whole run. But I'm telling you right, yeah, I'll get through this first. Chapter 10, page 4. In comes Flygon number 2. This one does not play around and kills Nail with Flamethrower. That's fine. These last 3 should be enough for Steven. Goggles finished off Flygon, and wait! Kingdra has Ice Beam. And Surf, which will kill my remaining 3. I use Fly with Crobat, but after I do moderate damage, Ice Beam kills my oldest remaining Pokemon. No fanfare, just immediate murder. Overwrap looks for revenge, but one Surf kills him too. It's just Jackhammer now. Surf comes in and Jackhammer survives. Earthquake does enough. If I didn't hit that Fly earlier, we would have lost. Did I even type down that I hit Fly? Oh yeah, I did. We survived Drake, or just Jackhammer survives Drake. And she has to face Steven alone. Now I know this just seems like, okay, well you're cooked, but yeah, I am. But anyway, let's go back a little bit. If Nail doesn't kill Solomon and dies, I mean, what happens? And I'm saying this dies to the first Dragon Rush, which it would have. I bring in Jackhammer to get extra damage in before it's killed, because Jackhammer wasn't gonna beat that Sawmass 1-on-1. Then maybe I bring in Crobat and barely beat that, but then the Flygon just comes in and kills both. I mean, the Flygon comes in and kills Crobat, and then Sandslash is killed by Kingdra, and I just lose. So there's just no way I was winning that battle at all if Nail didn't kill Solomons. You gotta think about like just some small things change battle so drastically. Anyway, on to chapter 10, page 5. I'm sorry, I can't win. And there's one good reason why. Aggron has 30, so no matter what, Steven will always survive an earthquake and kill Jackhammer. My plan is this: give Jackhammer Nails Bright Powder and spam Swords Dance and Double Team against Steven's Skarmory. If I can dodge a move from Steven's Aggron, maybe I can kill it in 2 hits. But that won't matter. Mega Metagross will outspeed and probably kill me anyway, but I'm not giving up. Jackhammer, let's do this. Chapter 10, page 6. I use 3 Swords Dances and heal a couple of times as Skarmory uses weak moves. I then kill it with Brick Break. I have to use like 2, I think, healing items against Skarmory, maybe all 3, just to make sure I was in good health for the rest of the team. Next is Claydol. It uses Reflect and Earthquake no longer kills. Now it took 2 hits, but whatever, it missed the Nerf power. That's really important. Aggron is next. It survives Earthquake with 30 and strikes back. His Earthquake doesn't miss, and Jackhammer survives on red health. I don't know how, but Jackhammer starts out all of Steven's healing, and down goes Aggron. I did some research, and it's actually expected that Aggron Earthquake would do 60 to 90%. This isn't like perfect. I didn't do like a very specific damage calculator with all the EVs and whatever, but like a most basic Aggron hitting the most basic Excadrill would never kill without a crit, which just sounds crazy to me, but it isn't a ground type, and I'm only one times weak to it, so it makes sense. But at that moment, I thought I was going to lose. Next is Cravely. 1 Brick Break kills that. Armado is killed by 1 Earthquake, and finally is Steven's Mega Metagross. Chapter 11, Tectonic Revenge. Mega Metagross has base 110 speed. Excadrill has base 88. I'm red HP. All of Steven's moves will kill Jackhammer. Well, we made it this far. Might as well just click Earthquake. Metagross Mega. I meant Mega Metagross. Oh no, Mike. Metagross Mega evolves and uses what? Excadrill moves first, and with maxed out attack, even Mega Metagross couldn't survive Earthquake. We win. But how? Turns out a Pokemon doesn't gain the speed change from Mega Evolution until the turn after. So Metagross still had base 70 speed, which is much slower than Jackhammer. That's right. I won my Omega Ruby Wedlocke due to a technicality. Deaths 18. I'm not gonna read all this like word by word, but we had 18 deaths. Lost every Pokemon except one in the Elite Four. You can screenshot this or just look at it, but I just shouldn't lose 18 Pokemon. I know it's a Wedlocke, but I've done them before. Sure, I've lost everyone before pretty early, but 18 deaths. In my Violet Nuzlocke, is Violet harder than Omega Ruby? I'm not sure. But I lost 4 Pokemon. I know it's a Nuzlocke, but losing 18 proves that I'm still not quite an expert Nuzlocker yet. I think the worst death here is gotta be the duo of Sandslash and Crobat, Gargles and Bubble Wrap. They were my favorite teammates, man. They got me through so much, and they died the battle before the champion, leaving Jackhammer all alone. The sole survivor, Jackhammer the Excadrill, level 59. One of my last additions to the team. Survives Kingdra, Walrein, Aggron, and Mega Metagross. I don't know how I won this Wedlocke, but I do know that I couldn't have done it without her. Next up, my Pokemon Shield Nuzlocke. Yay, more pain. This one, I don't know when it's going to be done. I'm not really doing much of it right now, but I will tell you it's not without death, so it's going to be entertaining. Stay tuned for that, but I mean, this could be the nuts off to end all Nuzlocks. That doesn't make a Ruby one. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Try out Nuzlocke yourself if you've never done one. It's definitely going to get you better at Pokemon. It's going to make it funner. It's going to make you care about the Pokemon on your team more. I highly recommend. Just don't do a Wedlocke first. Don't do that to yourself. Anyway, see you guys later.